Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. Last time we finished our polar missions, so we returned from the South Pole, and today it's the start of our or of my next project, the upcoming flight around the whole planet of Kerbin. I will head off to the west and follow the sun and finally have a completely round trip around Kerbin and return back to the Kerbal Space Center after we've managed to fly around the whole planet. I think this is a really cool project and I'm pretty much looking forward to it because I enjoy these in 80 days around the world things and something like this, so I want to do my own I fly around the world episode, and I will do this in Kerbal Space Program. Yes, so let's take off, and as we see, we have the same aircraft as the last time for our South Pole mission, with the additional fuel tanks below the aircraft, so we can jettison them after we've used all of its fuel. And yes, so increase a little bit our range of this aircraft and hopefully manage to fly completely around Kerbin with this aircraft. And it would be really sad if I'm running out of fuel because and can't finish the thing if I'm on the last leg or something like this. So yeah, this is also another series of videos about or episodes about me flying around Kerbin. This time it's not up to the poles or back from the poles, but this time it's around Kerbin. And as soon as I finished this and as soon as I've returned to Kerbal Space Center after I have done my flight around Kerbin, I will start to do these orbit flights where I will start to build a aircraft which is hopefully capable of reaching the orbit, and maybe I will start off with a suborbital flight, so I will reach space and finally drop back to the surface because I have not enough fuel in my aircraft, but maybe I have a good hand and I will design a spacecraft that is already capable of reaching a stable orbit around Kerbin. We will see. So yes, the next episodes will be maybe a little bit boring because we only do long duration flights around Kerbin and maybe and talk a little bit about flying and about upcoming projects, and we will enjoy the IVA mode of Kirk and watch over the beautiful landscape of Kerbin. But yes, the next really exciting thing will be when we return to the KC and start to build our space plane which is capable of reaching a stable orbit around Kerbin, and from this point on we will improve this model and fly to the moon and fly to Minmus, and if we've done these two things in the sphere of influence of Kerbin, we will start to think even bigger and maybe have a flight to the planet of Dunar. Even if I'm not sure how I will do this and how I should approach this, but this is my main goal, to even explore the whole solar system of Kerbal Space Program with the space plane. And we will see if I'm able to do this and if I can manage this. So yes, the upcoming things are going for the space and have a space plane that is really capable of reaching space from the surface or from the runway of the KC. Yes, I'm pretty looking forward to this. I still have some ideas in mind, but I'm not quite sure if they will work out. I have to figure it out after I return from my round trip around Kerbin. So yeah, the main problem is the same problem as in real aviation. If you're making things like acrobatics, or if you're doing air traffic patterns and you have a lot of takeoffs and landings, you are pretty much entertained and you have a lot of things to do and there's happening a lot of things. But if you're doing flights for the long distance. So if you have a aim or a goal or a target you want to fly to, like fly across the country, you spend most of the time just flying in a leveled flight. So you climb up to your current altitude you want to fly at, and from this point on you just fly straight ahead and maybe have some contact and communication with the ATC, and maybe to switch a little bit the radio navigation, so you switch to another frequency of the VRR or NDB, and that's all of what you are doing, and you are just looking at the distance indicator and waiting for the time that you have to do something new. So this is also the same problem here with my flight around Kerbin, because I don't have really something to do as I'm flying high above Kerbin. The only thing is I can wait for me to climb up the altitude I want to fly at and to monitor my aircraft that it's not engulfing in flames, and because I'm going too fast and it's also not climbing too high and running out of air intake. So yes, that's the main problem, and it's also the problem of real-world aviation. So if you're seeing all these long-distance flight, let's say if you're flying from Europe up to America, or if you are going from America to Australia or something like this, you are flying a really long time straight ahead, and there isn't really happening anything else than some communication, some monitoring of the aircraft. Is everything looking fine and in order? And yes, so it's the same thing we have to deal here, and it's one of the biggest problems for long duration flights for pilots, because they have to deal with this. They have to accept that they're just flying straight ahead. They don't do anything else than monitoring, and yes, so the same problem we do have here. And the main problem is, and it's also very boring if, like what happened to us right now, that we are coming across the ocean. The ocean is just blue, is just water, and you don't have any interesting landscape underneath you which you can watch. And yes, so this is one of the main problems, and we have also to deal with it and to well, enjoy our flight around Kerbin by looking forward to the upcoming things and making some ideas and speaking of other ideas. So yeah, last time I spoke a little bit about ATC problems. I gave some ideas how navigation works in aviation during our North Pole flight mission. I talked a bit about how I was inspired to start my own Let's Play series on my own YouTube channel. So I was inspired by Kirk, as by Kurt, as I already talked about in the last episode. And yes, so still I'm running a little bit out of topics which I can talk about, because there weren't any new ideas submitted to me, so I have to make new topics out of my head and made them up from scratch and do something like this. So yeah, at first I want to welcome all my new subscribers. There are some new subscribers, and I'm really proud of you that you decided to subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoy all my videos, and I hope you enjoy also the different kinds of videos, because on the one hand I'm doing here the Kerbal Space Program on Wings project, where I'm using mostly planes to fly around, and I'm doing some tutorial videos about Kerbal Space Program. On the other hand, another game that I'm really enjoying is Buzz Aldrin Space Program Manager. In this game you are playing the director of the Global Space Agency. I think it was the Global Space Agency, and you're working your own space program, and you're in charge of hiring new people and researching new rocket designs, and it's mostly based on the real history of the moon landing. So you start off with the X-15, the space plane, and from this point on you'll start to develop some satellites like the Sputnik or the Explorer. You can open the Mercury program, and after you've succeeded with the Mercury program and have some orbital flights, you can open the Gemini project and develop the two-man capsule. And from this point on, you start to proceed with the you can also launch some lunar probes. You have lunar flyby. You have lunar orbit. You can crash into the moon and learn something from the impact of your satellite. And yes, you're mostly the main gameplay is you are researching something, the new rocket or the satellite, and after you've finished your research you do the first flight, and from this point on you gain more knowledge about this aircraft or the spacecraft, and you can improve it even more. Yes, in this case you're making some progress, and by doing so you're you're developing your space program and you open up new things. So this is one thing. I'm currently making a Let's Play series about this. This game is also in alpha status, so it's a pre-release alpha version, and I'm really enjoying it, and the developers are pretty industrious, so almost every week they release a new version of it, and I'm not able to cover all the new features because I does it right now on a 3-day schedule per week, so I have 3 episodes per week, and that's not enough to cover all the new features they are implementing. And in the last episode I had to deal with the problem or the development that suddenly all the old save games aren't working anymore, so I had to start a new game. This time I started a game at the highest difficulty, and yes, from this point on I'm proceeding right now, and let's see what are the upcoming features. So it's a really cool game. I'm pretty much enjoying it. You can hire scientists, you can hire astronauts, you can hire flight controllers, and each person has different stats and play a different role. So it's pretty much interesting about management your space program and managing your employees and have some success. So I'm really enjoying this program and this game, and I hope you enjoy also my Let's Play series about this game and might get interested in it as well. Okay, so much about that. Apart from Battle Space Program Manager, I recently started a Let's Play series about XCOM Enemy Within. This is a new add-on or the new DLC of the XCOM Enemy Unknown game, and currently I'm playing on the second hardest difficulty, because I finished the original game, the hardest difficulty level, but since then I haven't played the game anymore, and I think I have to relearn it a bit, so I'm starting a little bit easier than right away with the hardest mode to get myself back into the game and to learn it again and to be able to play it successfully. So I recently started this game. This game currently has episode release schedule of one mission per day. I'm not sure if I can keep up with this pace or if I have to somehow go down to only every 2 days an episode, we will see. But this is also a game which I'm currently playing and I'm pretty much enjoying it. And maybe you're enjoying it as well when you're watching my playlist. But one of the main games I will stick to is Kerbal Space Program, because I really love this game. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And yes, I really love also planes and aircrafts and aviation, so it's a nice thing to combine these things. And also I love space travel, so I have to do, after I've done all my space plane things and airplane things, to make real rocket science and fly with rockets. Or maybe I have to do this when I can't proceed. Oh, we are running out of fuel with my external fuel tanks, so let's say farewell to them, goodbye, kachuk, and we will never meet again. Okay, now we get rid of them, and hopefully we will have still enough fuel to finish our flight about the whole planet. Okay, where was I? Ah, yes. I love aircrafts and aviation, and well, I will try to do my very best to fly the space planes around. But if I come to a point where I can't proceed anymore, I will switch back to rockets and have some capsules and rockets and what else. And also if Sport releases a new version of the game, I maybe start a Let's Play series about the career, and we can discover the whole career mode and enjoy the career game and do some science and unlock the tech tree and what else. So here I have a lot of plans for Kerbal Space Program, and I hope I will continue with this game for a long time, and I hope you will enjoy my Let's Play series about this game as well, and leave me some comments and talk with me about, so we can discuss it, or maybe I have some other interesting topics I can talk about. So yes, I just want to encourage you to get in contact with me so we can discuss, and I can pick up some questions of you, and yes, so make it a little bit more interactive. Currently we are flying over the desert of Kerbin. We can have a look from the IVA of Kirk and see the vastness of deserts and sand passes beneath us. And yes, so there's a little valley, and sometimes we see here some flames engulfing our plane, because we are fighting with the atmosphere and we are still losing a little bit of altitude. So let me climb up again a bit. And we are coming across a mountain region in the desert. What about our fuel consumption? 0.27. I hope this is good and we are able to proceed, and we won't run out of fuel in future times, shortly before we reach our Kerbal Space Center again. Okay, so let me climb back up a bit, so I will fly around 20 kilometers of altitude. And yes, so much about this. Flying in this high altitude is, well, pretty hard work, as you can see. I'm mostly throttling up, and now I can use the trim function to trim my aircraft up, but I always have the impression that it's not as good as working with the S key and raise the nose up of my plane, so it will climb up and we won't lose any altitude. Okay, now we are seeing almost the end of the desert over here. We are coming to the green ones. Okay, what I want also to mention, apart from the beautiful landscapes and aviation and my future plans with nice mountains beneath us, and nice flying around Kerbin, is I'm also playing Minecraft. I was mostly introduced to this game by other players, but I wasn't really into it until now again. It was Kerbin Leg with his Violence or Bust series. I followed the series, and to some point I became the idea I have to play Minecraft myself, I have to get first-hand impressions of it. So I bought the game and installed it and started to play it. And yes, so I really started to enjoy the game, and it's a lot of fun. But I am only playing it on a casual basis, so not as intense as Kerbal Space Program, and I don't think I won't start a Let's Play series about it, because I'm not sure what I should do in my Let's Play series about Minecraft. I can build something like a castle or so. This might be interesting, but on the other hand, going exploring, to a certain degree I feel that I have seen everything, so I'm not sure what should I explore. Doing the same doing the same thing as Kerbin Leg and start traveling into one direction would be redundant, because it's a Kerbin Leg project and I won't do something like this. Maybe doing some adventure maps could be an interesting idea, but before I will do that, I have to finish with XCOM Enemy Within, and I'm also thinking about the other space simulator strategy game, how is it called? Space Station DF9 or something like this. It sounds also pretty interesting. I want to play this. And I'm thinking about doing some coverage of the Mars Discovery thing. Take on Mars, yes. There you can control rovers, you can even control the robotic arms of the rover, which is pretty cool. I think almost I'm steering the Curiosity rover and I'm doing real science, and you have to move the arm, and you can turn the head of the thing, and you can switch between different scientific tools. So you can use a probe, or you can use some other scanners to analyze the surface. So it's a pretty interesting game, and gives a lot of insights about the discovery or the scientific work on the Mars or surface. So I'm really enjoying this game as well. The only problem I have with this game, and that's also the problem why I haven't started a Let's Play series right now, is I'm sometimes the game runs really smoothly, and at some point the game starts lagging and has only very low frames per second. So I'm not quite sure. It's also early release of an alpha version of this game, so maybe it will be fixed in the future, but right now I'm not quite sure how should I do this, because I'm never sure if now the game starts lagging and I am playing on very low FPS, or if it's runs smoothly. So yes, this keeps me a little bit away from doing a Let's Play series about Take on Mars. I would love to do this, but I'm not quite sure how I should do this. So yes, I like this game, but I can't play it right now as a YouTube series. And yes, so what's next? I'm really enjoying this YouTube series, as I have already said so often, and hopefully I will continue with it, and hopefully you will also enjoy my YouTube Let's Play series. Yes, mostly what I will do is have 3 episodes of Kerbal Space Program on Wings per week, and 3 episodes of the Boss Alden Space Program Manager game per week. And apart from these games, I will play other games, like right now the XCOM game, and the amount of episodes of these games are depending on my my current time and how long does an episode take me to make. So right now XCOM, the missions are pretty much around 25 to 30 minutes, so it's a good number for an episode, and it's a good number or a good amount of time I can schedule between my other tasks. So this is a very good game for making a Let's Play series for me. So I have to see how about the other games and what should I do with them. Apart from these games, I will also try to release on every Sunday a special Kerbal Space Program video, like what else? Like my tutorial videos in the last Sundays. I've released a moon landing tutorial. I released an action group tutorial, how to define action groups and what you can do with these action groups, and then I started with a demonstration video. I made a full coverage of a flight to the moon from the liftoff from the Kerbal Space Center up to the lunar surface, and I will also do I think when you see this video, this next demonstration video should be out by now, is about flying back from the lunar surface to Kerbin. I will say how you can bring back your vessel safely to Kerbin, and I will also, but I won't return to Kerbin myself. I will return into a stable orbit around Kerbin and finally dock with the space station currently orbiting around the around Kerbin. So you should definitely check this out, and maybe you learn something from this, because I'm explaining why I'm doing which approach and what I'm doing right now. So maybe you learn something about this if you're new to the game and you want to know how to do a flight to the moon and how to return back to Kerbin. Yes, so much about that. Let me switch a short amount of time to Kirk. But well, we don't see anything special, we just see the green grass with Kerbin. The grass is always greener on the other side, like we have here. We have crossed the desert and now we are on the other side and the grass is greener. So yeah, let me have a short look at the orbit map, because I want to know where I am. Yes, we have passed this crater over here. We have crossed the desert, and I think I should start descending, because I want to land around this spot here to continue from there for our next episode. Okay, so much about my future plans. I want to do even more videos about Kerbal Space Program, and yes, there are also other games scheduled. So you have a lot of reasons to become a subscriber to my channel, to follow all my videos, and also to like my videos, so also others become aware of my videos and start maybe commenting on them, and we can have some discussion, and I have maybe some questions I can answer and discuss, and maybe you want to know something about myself. So yes, so much about that. And I think, as we can see here at the horizon, coming up the coast of this landscape, this large bay somewhere about here must be the crater was behind us, was it? Yes, we already have passed the crater. And where are we? We are coming in, okay. I think as soon as we reach this region over here, I will throttle down and start my descent to the surface so we can do our landing. And yes, end this episode and start in the next episode our next flight around Kerbin. So we are good to go, and we are making good progress and good ground for our round trip around Kerbin. I've seen a lot of videos about flying to the North Pole or flying to the South Pole, but I haven't seen any videos of flying around Kerbin. Maybe you can say, okay, I'm doing an orbit and so I'm flying around Kerbin, or I'm making some kind of a suborbital flight and though I'm flying around Kerbin, but I haven't seen any videos like this, what I'm doing right now, to fly really in with an airplane in high altitude around Kerbin. I think that's a pretty unique project. I hope so. I haven't checked all the YouTube things, so maybe there are some other projects and other guys who have done this, but I'm hoping I'm doing a pretty unique project, and I'm hoping I'm doing also a pretty interesting thing by logging all my flight and all my progress to fly around the whole planet of Kerbin with some landings and some breaks between the flights, because I want to give you an episode of about 1 hour and a half or something like this, because it will take us a lot of time to fly around Kerbin, but we can see each episode will be linked to the previous episode, because we take off right from the spot where we landed. And so yes, I hope it makes sense, and I hope also that the ground or the surface where we're coming down is pretty even and not too much scattered and dangerous, so we can have a safe landing. I'm thinking about landing right here between the small lake, so I hope I can turn a little bit around while I'm descending, and I have almost throttled down completely because I want to save fuel while I'm descending. I want to spend too much fuel for my descent, but I will throttle up again when we are coming closer to the surface, so I can so I'm well prepared for it. As well, I will all the time have an EVA. Yes, sorry, I lost total track what I was saying. I want to have a short EVA and plant a flag, so we can see where we were going and where we have made our landings and our brakes, so yes, to keep track of our progress. Okay, now we are coming down. We are only 5 kilometers above the surface, and yes, so let's prepare for our final descent and final approach for an off-airport landing. We have done several landings. We have also done a landing with this. Oh, I see here some mountainous region. It's some valleys. It's looking pretty uneven. So let me fly a bit ahead, and maybe we can land over there, I hope, because here's some kind of mountain, and I won't land on the mountain and maybe destroy my aircraft. Okay, what about our fuel consumption? 0.08, okay, even less than in high altitude, but we are pretty slow, so yes, let's proceed with that. And I'm pretty worried about the surface I'm seeing right now underneath me. Well, this thing where I'm right now coming above what is directly underneath us looks maybe a little bit better. So let me do a turn around here, and while I'm descending, and I will try to land even maybe better here, because that's looking like a flat surface. And yes, that's one thing I'm really worried about, because I'm thinking I'm using so much fuel during this approach, and I'm wasting fuel instead of making progress with my round trip around Kerbin. Okay, it's now a very exciting phase for me, and I'm pretty nervous because I won't destroy it, and I will be even more nervous if we are making more good ground and we are at the end of the next episode, because then we have made even more distance and we are closer to our main goal of flying around Kerbin. And if I'm destroying my aircraft due to a stupid landing accident, I will be pretty sad about that. So yes, so much about this. Let me turn even further. I want to get to the 270 degree mark and throttle down even more and descend. I hope this will work out well. Let's deploy our gear. Switch on the lights so we can better see how high we are. Start to flare up the nose a bit. Let's descend. Flare up the nose. Excitement, excitement. We are coming down. Don't climb up again. Come on, have a gently landing. Yes, okay, brake, 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 brake. Don't take off again, don't take off again. And we are on the ground. Awesome, awesome. Let's switch off the engines. And switch off SAS. Okay, we are back on the ground. I hope I am able to take off again after we landed. Whew. Exciting, exciting, very exciting. Whew. That was really... I'm pretty excited about this approach. And we finally made it. So let's have a quick save and have an EVA so we can plant our flag. Let me climb down and move a bit over here and to the side because I won't run, will not run into it. And let's plant the flag. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And first Kerbin round trip leg. Okay, Zebby and Kirk with the Polar Explorer version 3. Okay, now we have our flag here. We have done our first leg. I hope you enjoyed my episode. I hope you're enjoying this project of flying around Kerbin and making a real round trip about this, around this, and see me doing the whole flight. If you do so, please like my video, please become a subscriber to my channel, please leave me a comment what you're thinking about this. And yes, my name is Abby. Until next episode, see you!